Zach here from Busby Outdoors and welcome to another adventure. It's a crisp October morning and we're here in the Eastern Highlands going to climb one of Scotland's best mountains, Lochnagar. Gaggle of geese in the sky. Our objective's up there, Lochnagar. It's an absolutely gorgeous autumn morning here in October. Going to be heading down the trail, just leaving Spittal of Cairn Bannoch, heading up to our objective up there. It is a crisp 1 degree Celsius. It was minus one, -2 as we were driving along the road this morning, and there was put up a photo on screen, lovely temperature inversion. It was absolutely amazing, so make the most of today and hopefully it's a belter. It's actually unbelievably cold out this morning. It feels like -4, -5, even though the thermometer was only saying 1 degree. Fingers are absolutely numb. The sun, however, came up. Hopefully gonna thaw them out. Just leaving the main 4x4 track, heading up onto the smaller path now. This has just left the lovely Caledonian pine forest behind. Out now onto the open moorland, heading up towards the Bhoidheach, just below Meikle Pap. So we'll head along the moors, get heated up in this morning sunshine and enjoy the views. Just stopped for a bit there, delayered. It's absolutely sweltering now, even though it was feeling like the minuses when we were leaving the car park in the shade. Once the sun's came out, it's positively balmy. The forecast says should reach about 10 degrees on the summit, which is fairly pleasant with minimal winds. So yeah, should feel really quite warm for an autumn's day. This is us just stopped a wee bit further up the trail. On your right there, that's Meikle Pap. There's the Bhoidheach there, and in the middle, if the camera picks out, is the crags of Lochnagar. So we're going to head further up into there and then head up to the left and then skirt round the tops of the crags towards the summit. We've just left the junction in the path, which either takes you up to the Corbett, which is behind me, which we might come back and do as a possibility once we're done Lochnagar. But we're dropping down, got this lovely temperature inversion looking over the moors, and I believe those wee knobbles in the distance is Ben Avon. I will double check, but I'm certain of it, and you can also see the ski slopes of Lecht over there as well. I don't know if the camera picked that out, but our journey takes us up here to the left, up into the crags. That's just looking over to the wee Corbett there. We're just standing just below the Bhoidheach, Meikle Pap up to the right. Oh, the sun is intense, not a single cloud in the sky. For the final wee bit, just up to the Bhoidheach here. A couple of stairs with the stags roaring in the distance. It's absolutely amazing. Hopefully we'll get to see one further up when we're on the ridge. Oh, the view of Lochnagar should just be about coming into sight. This is the first view of the crags of Lochnagar from close up. Look at that, utterly spectacular. In winter, as you can imagine, this is a really popular spot for winter climbing if you get good snow. There's loads of higher grade gullies in there. It's a decent trek though to get out here, and it's pretty remote, so if the conditions change you could get caught out, but on a day like today it's absolutely stunning. So our plan of action is to head up to the left and then you skirt round all those crags towards the true summit, which is on the right hand side, I believe. After reaching the Bhoidheach, we set up spot Got amazing views over Lochnagar and just managed to chill here for a bit. Hopefully the drone shots do it justice, but the views were absolutely insane. With the temperature reversing to our north and the crags to the west, it was truly a wonderful spot. That's us just leaving our little view spot there. We're going to head up now and head round above the crags and make our way round to the true summit of Lochnagar. Cac Carn Beag, I believe it's pronounced. So yeah, let's get up there, see what the views are like. It's the view opening out south all the way over the Lochnagar plateau. Those in the distance there are over to Glen Shee. That's back down to Meikle Pap, the Bhoidheach where we were sitting at, got those amazing drone shots. This is where we've came along so far. Glen down to your left there, that takes you down to the Royal Bhoidheach glassite shield. True summit of Lochnagar. Just ahead of us, we've got the crags right to our right hand side. A wonderful view north over the Cairn plateau, all the way over there. Absolutely amazing. This is one of the mountain wheels, as I like to call them. And as always folks, have you climbed Stibinian? 62 miles away. Just judging the map. We're at this point here, Cac Carn Beag. We're just over at this wee point here, and we're judging if we want to either retrace our steps over this direction or head down to Glassalt Shield, or option number 3 is head over and get Cairn Bhoidheach, another Munro over here. But right now, we get some lunch with these amazing views. We've just made the decision to turn off the main bit of the path and we're now heading towards the second Munro of the day. It's only about 1.5 kilometres from the main cairn up there, which we've just left, so about 3 kilometres total journey. The weather's absolutely gorgeous and the wind's not strong at all, so we may as well make the trek out there and get another Munro bagged. There's a massive bird of prey over to our left hand side. The camera won't pick it up, and not even phone camera, I'm completely zoomed in, will pick it up, but there's definitely a massive bird of prey over there. It's the biggest I've ever seen. I'm not exactly sure what it would be, probably an eagle of some sort, either golden or even a sea eagle, I'm not sure, but it's absolutely gigantic. The camera picks out away down there, you've got Balmoral Castle, royal residence in Scotland. We've got our last little pull up for today. We're turning off the path, which has been taking us all the way over from Lochnagar, which you can see over there. Lovely flat walk. It's been beautiful, and then we're heading up to the second summit of today. Welcome to the top of Munro number 2 for today. And the view down south, well, it's not changed all day, it's absolutely glorious. It's so peaceful up here. We've heard some fighter jets in the distance. We think that they were going through maybe Glen Avon, behind Ben Avon, by the sounds of things. They've not came over this way. But other than that, it's been so peaceful. Not one complaint. Right folks, I'll give you a wee bit of a sit rep. We've just headed down from the second Munro there. We're heading down into this wee basin, and our aim is to then fish on to the third Munro. Now, this is not part of the plan. Our plan for today was just solely Lochnagar, but we're feeling good and the weather is so perfect. We're not wanting to miss the opportunity to try and get as many of these Munros done, as it's first time myself or my dad is up this neck of the woods, and it's quite away from home, so if we can get them done then that is a bonus. Just going to leave the packs down here, this wee rock, and we're going to head up to the third Munro of the day, which is about 600 metres in that direction. Come back down, get it packed, head all the way over there. It's going to be a big day. That's our view over to the second Munro there, and then Lochnagar away in the distance. And this is peak number 3 of the day. No, it's not. This is the true summit here. Big piece of one of the turbines which would have been on the bomber plane. It's a tragic thing that happened all those years ago, but it's still a piece of history, and it's pretty cool that it's preserved in such a way in this remote place. Looks like part of the wing, doesn't it? Just a general bulkhead. Right, Munro number 3 checked off for today, and we've seen a bit of some history as well on this hillside, albeit some sad history. Now we're going to head down, back to our backpacks, get a bit hydrated, because we've still got a decent pull out from where we are. We're in the most remote part of our walk today. Still got 2 peaks left, plus a long walk back along the south side of Lochmick, so we'll get fueled up. Just spotted this glinting. We're away from the main wreckage, and there's still some sort of turbine cog here. Or is that a wheel? I have no idea. It's rubbery by the looks of things. It could be a wheel, but it's wedged deep within the turf. Such a sad thing to happen. As the story goes, from my recall, it was a pretty stormy and claggy end day, and they were flying, and they just got their altitude wrong and smashed bang right into the side of this hill. Being so flat as well, it's not jagged, so they might have thought that they would be okay at the height that they were at. Back at the bags, we've just refueled, hydrated, heading on to peak number 4 of the day. The sun is seemingly getting hotter, but luckily there's a breeze coming from the south, which is an absolute must-have, because it feels like an absolute hot May or June day. It does not feel like October at all. We've got a lovely bit of high pressure sitting over us right now, and I know that next week that's meant to clear, and some winds from the north are meant to come in, so it's going to start feeling like proper autumn. But we say that, this morning it was -1 degrees and the car was frozen, so it just shows you the difference. This is the most prominent peak since Lochnagar. Another wee scramble up similarly. Munro number 4 of the day. Absolutely brilliant. Cracking through all the way down there. It's so nice. our trajectory. We're going to drop over this flattening here and then down, and then way in the background that's Broad Cairn, our final summit of the day, and then from there we drop back down the other side and walk along the loch. Seeing as we've hit the 20k mark, get some haribo's to keep body and mind together. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is grueling. Guess what, guys? More long open plateaus. This is what the Mount Mouths are known for, just massive rolling plateaus. They're lovely, and it's lovely once you get up because it's really nice and gradual walking, but in comparison to some of the western roads, which are quite up and down and craggy, you'll be disappointed if you're coming here looking for that type of walking. But we're so blessed here in Scotland to have such variety of the rolling hills in the east and the craggy, jagged skewers of the west. Oh no, it's smaller. It's lost a meter.
Oh, Dad. Number 5.
Number 5. Number 5. High five. Stunning view down Lochnagar. And you can now see our entire route. We came up this ridge line there, all the way up round Lochnagar. Munros was number 2 there, 3, 4, and now Munro number 5. Our route now is going to take us deeply off this side and then down, and you'll see the trail which leads you out there along the plateau up the top. Nice trail out round the top of Lochnagar and back down to the Spittal where we're parked. So still a long way to go, but weather hasn't changed. Spirits haven't dampened as of yet. More haribo's will be consumed. And yeah, let's continue. Just made our way out of a pretty horrendous boulder field. You've got to really watch yourself. They're really loose ones. It's really, you know, one of these places where you don't want to twist an ankle. You've came so far and you're still pretty remote, so you don't want to get anyone called out. Lochnagar Mastiff over there. Oh, that's sight. We're now up in this wee 4x4 track just past a wee stalking hut. Old army defender there, so they must be away out stalking in the hills. We're going to head it back along this track. Loch Mick is just down to our left hand side. I believe that we'll head down to it fairly shortly and then hug the southern banks of it, and that'll take us all the way back into the Spittal of Cairn Bannoch. So we've just been walking along this road for a wee while since we left the shooting hut, and I've just found this wee bit here. It looks like it's been channelled out, and this has been sanded over there. It looks like it could be a scouting spot, a sniping spot, because if I stay quiet for a second, listen to all the deer roaring over there. I can't see them, but I'm sure if you were down here lying flat with a spotting scope and your rifle, you'd be able to spot some. So that's probably what that is. That's pretty cool. The camera picks out the wee grey building down there. That's the Royal Lodgings. Also Glassalt Shield Bothy is behind that as well, down tucked in the forest there. And if you head up that gully, there's a path there which takes you on the back of Lochnagar. So maybe a winter trip could be planned where come along the north side of Lochnagar, stay at the Bothy, and then head up for a Lochnagar summit. Now, for us hearing so many deer calls, these are our first 2. These are just young does, however, not the stags that we've been hearing calling, but they've just popped up to say hello, watching out over the loch. A couple of folk fishing down there just off the shore next to the wee island. Layers and biscuits have been acquired for the final 5k out. Hopefully we get back to the car park just before sunset. Sunset just after 6 PM and it's just after 5 at the minute, so hopefully make it just in time. I have a good view down there to one of the Royal Lodges. King's often seen down there sometimes. There's actually a 4x4 outside it right now and some people out fishing, so Might be some gameskeepers out taking care of the place. We're now on this very steep switchbacky section, which they must use to get the 4x4s up here, but even still it's very quite steep and narrow, especially further up and round, so I wouldn't like to be driving one of those on this track. Sure, it'd be good fun, but pretty sketchy. There's another one just leaving there. There's a wee 4x4 if the camera picks out down at the bridge. Well, that was one questionable descent. I think we've honestly descended about 300-400 metres in the space of 5 minutes. I've now got knees that like a 60-year-old. Dad's probably got knees like a 110-year-old. That was absolutely brutal. Could have stuck and just done the Loch Mix circuit down the low level of the loch, but no. We done 5 Munros. We're about 27 kilometres deep and we're nowhere near the car yet. We've just had the truck which was outside what we believe to be the shooting hut pass, and it was full of what appeared to be like army rangers. That's what it could be. They could have just been stalking, but they all had the mill camo stuff on.
They were all in disguise, hiding, keeping an eye on the lodge.
This is us, the sun's just about a dip behind. Broad Cairn in the distance. And we're about halfway back to the car. And down at the Spittle we have the fog slowly but surely moving in. Now that the sun's retreated behind the hills, it's giving way for the cold air to flow back in, and it's coming our way. Look how fast that mist is falling in. We're now heading into the oblivion, into the cool breeze of the fog. Out of the fog emerges the terminus of this adventure.
Hello. Hiya.
Journey's end. Back in the car park where it all began. Right folks, that's us just back at the car park there. We've just passed the visitor centre here at the Spittle of Glenmick. An absolute monster day, as you've probably seen. I hope you've all enjoyed. We've got amazing views, ticked off 5 new Munros and walked around an absolutely gorgeous piece of Scotland. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always folks, have your climbs to Binion. See you next time.